both teams, it is all about that final score, and every 10th will matter. Glad you're with us here for some exciting Friday Night Heights. I'm Maggie Davis. Coach Garrison told us to look for amplitude here, Leah. Did you see enough? This punch front is stunning every week. This one particularly gorgeous.
It is.
This is a high energy routine. Take a sip of your coffee. Get ready to try and keep up with her. Leah, explain the lunge here and how that works for landings in college. Blowing the roof off the place here in Memorial Coliseum, and what a shot of Jocelyn Robertson trying to tune it all out, getting ready to go on the beam. Wow. And the music has gone out here in Memorial.
And here's where you
check out this candle mount here. Obsessed with this by Priscilla Park.
We're going to teach you that after the meet.
Yeah, I need a little extra help to do that.
I wouldn't be who I am without them.
Well, it comes across in the way you compete. Another 9925 on the beam tonight. We're waiting for that perfect 10. I know you have to be too. What's it going to take to get it done? Coaching staff has added an additional mat, so pay attention to how she performs this dismount. It's
Layout, I believe. And there we go.
And it's a stick for Jocelyn Robertson. Her coaches told us they knew she could do it, but she'd been struggling to get it done in a meet. Tonight, no problems. Keep your eyes on those toes here, because you'll see she'll stay only on her left foot.
Switch sleep, switch sleep.
So this is a lineup change for the Tigers. Of course, Olivia Hollingsworth, an unfortunate injury on the last rotation. And they are performing their tails off right now. This is a moment to remember, not just for Haley Davis, but for this program. What an incredible night for the Wildcats. Haley Davis, the cherry on top. Keep your eyes on the first pass. That is the only place she had a deduction last week, is right here. Delaney had a 9.85 on the floor. Lily needs to match that to tie, exceed it to win.
Wow.
One of those really exciting 3-pass routines we don't always see in collegiate gymnastics anymore. He loves her finesse and her elegance.
Yes.
We saw that in this routine. Well, we told you earlier, Coach Garrison complimented Skylar Kilo-Wilhelm, her elegance, her finesse. He actually compared her and those lines you were talking about to those of Jillian. When it's a top 10 matchup to start SEC competition here in Lexington. I'm Maggie Davis. Isabella Magnelli, better known as the beam queen of this Kentucky team. Highest score for the Cats last week, the 9.925. It's a new song for her this year. She's excited for the crowd to hear for the first time. She's ranked 4th nationally in this event. And that is why she's the beam queen. We always call you our beam queen, but you're steady across the board. How did tonight feel for you?
I felt awesome.
Final time you will see Miss Kiko Jong tonight. Soak it in, the all-arounder. Nerves, elation. That's how fast it changes in the sport of gymnastics.
Well, my team, you know, people are paying money to watch you. You got to perform.
Well, tonight has absolutely been worth the price of admission.
Yes.
Here's your all-around update. We told you this one neck and neck, just like the combined team scores. 29-6 for both Lily Hudson of Alabama, Delaney Rodriguez of Kentucky. We will show you Delaney Rodriguez right now. This is a big moment for her, not just for her team, but in that all-around competition as well. Her last chance to prove she should get that crown tonight. To plenty of highlights from Delaney Rodriguez, co-champion of the all-around competition tonight. Some of your best scores ever tonight, and we're only in week 2. Delaney, how do you go up from here? Jenny Hansen, Raina Worley, Mackenzie Wilson, and Kreslin Rose. 4 gymnasts in the history of this program have done what Kreslin did tonight, a perfect 10. How does it feel to join that company?
Oh my goodness.
Friday Night Heights makes one final stop in Lexington this season as the Kentucky Wildcats look to send their seniors off with a win in their last time competing inside historic Memorial Coliseum this year. But standing in their way, it is a hungry Arkansas squad eager to prove they belong in this year's SEC championship. 9 teams in this league, only the top 8 are going to Birmingham. And right now the Razorbacks are 9th on this list by a slim margin For them, tonight is more than just a win or a loss. For both teams, it is all about that final score, and every 10th will matter. Glad you're with us here for some exciting Friday Night Heights. I'm Maggie Davis, joined by the former Kentucky head coach, Leah Little, and when we say every 10th matters, we know this meet, it's more true than any other. And again, just an electrifying performance in Memorial. The last time Friday Night Heights makes a stop in this city this year. But you know we'll be back with you next week and again next season for more gymnastics. Leah Little, our whole crew. I'm Maggie Davis. Thanks for watching. So long from Lexington.
We want to give you a scale of just how wide, or rather how narrow, this beam actually is. Look at your cell phone right now. Here's an iPhone.
Oklahoma.
And fifth-year senior Isabella Magnelli had one of her best meets as a Wildcat. Believe it or not, the first time she's ever had two scores of a 9.95 in the same meet. One on her signature event right there. Y'all know her as the beam queen, and for good reason. She's ranked 4th in the country, hasn't scored below a 9.9 there all year. But show some love to this vault. Front handspring, pike half. Top 10 in the country on this event. Currently ranked 7th in the nation. Look at this. Also a 9.95. She's your SEC Specialist of the Week.
We'll start with Delaney Rodriguez. She's been the leadoff here every single meet this season. Delaney Rodriguez having a little bit of fun with the dismount there.
What's up, BBN? It's time for another exciting edition of one of our favorite games, Perfect 10 with Kentucky Gymnastics. And today, fittingly, we are joined by one of the gymnasts on this year's team who earned one of those Perfect 10s, Miss Creslin Rose. You ready to play?
I'm so ready.
Question number 9. What was going through your head when you got that Perfect 10?
Wow, so much more appreciative of it this year.
So the big one, question number 10. What'll it take to get another one at Nationals?
UK Gymnastics on the road to Sooner City for a matchup against the #1 team in the country, Oklahoma, a powerhouse in this sport, coming off one of the most impressive seasons of all time and keeping those winning ways going. They compete 5 gymnasts in the all-around. That's unusual in collegiate gymnastics. You usually see more event specialists. Kentucky, for instance, only has 2 all-arounders right now, so simply put, the Sooners are deep and they are spectacular, and now they're in the SEC.
They asked me recently in an interview what I liked about having Oklahoma in the conference. There's not one single thing I like about having Oklahoma in the conference, if I'm being completely honest with you.
#1 hosting #8, going to be high-level gymnastics and a rocking environment. The Sooners' average attendance last year was nearly 9,000 fans per meet. Tune in Friday at 8:30 on the SEC Network.
Well, this is a top 10 matchup. What excites you about Alabama specifically coming in and, like you said, leaning on your teammates and really enjoying a team environment here?
Yeah, well, this is my first.
The important part of this meet was the final team score. Kentucky wanted to hit that 197 threshold again, and they did, a 197.175. But the big story, a stellar end to the night on floor. 5 of the 6 cats in the lineup matched or beat their season high, including Isabella Magnelli, the 5th-year senior, our resident beam queen, won that event with a 9.925, meaning she has earned at least a 9.9 on beam every single meet this year.
I feel like we've talked so much over the years, obviously, and yet this one feels a little special. Where are your emotions right now?
I feel like they're kind of all over the place, to whether it's getting my 10 or just representing my team up on that podium one more time.
You brought up the 10.
Yeah.
Is it on your mind?
Oh yeah, it definitely is on my mind.
Right in that 995, 9975, like just this exact same model of consistency every single time. What is this week like preparing for one more routine and trying to keep that consistency going?
Yeah.
Well, everyone who watches our show knows your name, and probably even more than that, they know you're the beam queen. Do you remember how you first got that nickname? When did we start calling you that?
Kind of like taken over into other realms, so.
It's a crown you've worn for 5 years here. How will you keep that part of you with you, even once your career comes to an end here soon?
Yeah.
And still hold on to that piece of who you are?
Yeah. Just, it's a true honor.